Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Drico Maria, and on this video I'm gonna talk about an article that produced by Harvard Business School. The title of the article is Toyota Recall A. I hope you guys in a good condition and I hope you can enjoy this video until the end. So I will tell you about an article that produced by Harvard Business School, and the title is Toyota Recall A. In this article, I will divide it by 5 parts. The first one is the introduction. The introduction will be delivered by the fatal error from Toyota. When 2009, in the first era of Toyota, people around the world knows that Toyota is the biggest company for car maker. But in the August 2009, there was a tragic history, because there was an urgent call from California Highway Patrol officer, and his family died because of their Lexus accelerator became stuck and they could not stop the car. Based on this statement, we know that the Toyota has begun their downfall because of an accident. So when the reputation at the time, Toyota was the world's largest car maker. I said before, Toyota was the biggest car maker in the world, but the quality also good, but actually on the accident that become the first move of the downfall, and after that there was a crisis. Because of this single event, it triggered so many safety crises between or among the people in the world, and this one leading to recall of millions of vehicles and a total collapse of consumer trust. So because of the downfall era from Toyota, there was a collapse of consumer trust because there was an accident by the Lexus accelerator. So the second part about the technical failures. The technical failures come from their cars, especially it come from the mat and the pedals. The first one, Toyota claimed that their mat was all-weather floor mats that could slide forward and trap the gas pedal. They recalled 3.8 million vehicles in late 2009. So, because of the tragedy that happened before, Toyota claimed that the background or the reason was the floor mat. So because the floor mat could slide forward and make the gas pedal trap, so it caused that accident. And then Toyota claimed again that accident because of the sticky pedals. By early 2010, a second issue emerged. that was the sticky pedals that would not return to the idle position due to mechanical friction. So until the second term, I think the first term was in 2009, but in the second term 2010 there were an issue again, and this statement by Toyota makes public had the trust issue. And I think the two of factors that claimed by Toyota was so risky because customer will trust issue to them. And after that, there was electronic throttle controversy. Public fear grew over a third possibility that the car's electronic software was malfunctioning, which Toyota denied. So, before the accident, Toyota was so good company for the car maker. But after the accident, Toyota only claimed two reasons why the accident can happen. And after the two statement by Toyota, public trust not come back again to the first era. And I think everyone or the public fear grew over a third possibility because the malfunctioning vehicles. And this malfunctioning was denied by Toyota. Toyota not give the statement about the malfunctioning vehicles because they only claim there were only two reasons why the accident can happen. And after that, the secretary of Toyota, LaHood's bombshell, mentioned U.S. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood's famous advice to owners: stop driving it. Because I think Toyota or the center of company was on Japan, but the human PR, public relation, located in US. So there was a miscommunication, I think. And after that, the third part, it was the Toyota Way in question. So before the accident happened, Toyota, also known as the Toyota Way, because of the good quality of Toyota's product. And the Toyota Way had growth versus quality. Analyze how Toyota's aggressive goal to reach 15% global market share may have compromised its legendary quality control. So, because of their statement about quality and growth, I think Toyota aggressively had the goal to reach 15% of global market. But actually, there was an accident, and so this goal actually go down and make public trust and makes public stars downfall. And after that, there was delayed response because of the statement by Toyota was not shared by real time. So that was become the delayed response from Toyota and make the document highlights criticism that Toyota was too slow to react, too secretive, and focused more on saving face than on driver safety. Based on this statement, Toyota seems to saving face, seems to just silent, not give an advice or give any responsibility for the accident. They only claim just two problems that come from the mat and the pedals. So after that, another problem is centralized leadership. I said it before that the discussion between the center of Toyota in Japan and the public relation in US was miscommunication. So it was make the decision making hindered its ability to handle a PR crisis in the United States. We know that the company is located in Japan, but the biggest market of Toyota was located in US. And this accident was happened in the California. So there was only the Japan-centric communication and make the decision making too slow, and this make the public trust downfall. After that, there was the public outcry and congressional hearings. Media frenzy. News outlets and late-night shows mocked Toyota, transforming it from a symbol of safety to a symbol of danger. We know that Toyota claimed they were a symbol of safety, but actually there was happened an accident, so it will change to the symbol of danger. And so many malfunctional vehicles that Toyota had. After that, Akio Toyoda's testimony. Akio Toyoda was the grandchild of the founder of Toyota. So Akio Toyoda testified before the US Congress. He apologized and he said that he deeply disappointed. We have not lived up to the high standards you expect from us. So I think this is not an apology statement, only a disappointment to their self, to their company. So based on the accident and the malfunctional vehicles, not make him apologize to public. He only said that he disappointed with his company. After that, there is financial and brand impact. There was resale values plummeted, sales dropped, and Toyota was forced to over unprecedented incentives, like 0% financing to keep customers. Because of their statement and their because of their statement and their response to the problems of Toyota's machine, they have to make a 0% financing to keep customers, to press the bill for cars and make the company downfall. And the last one is the conclusion. Lessons in crisis management. There are 3 parts. The first one is the cost of silence. Because of Toyota only silence when an accident happened, so that was the pay or the cost of the silence. The case teaches that in a crisis, a company should be transparent with public. So public trust will rise and public fear will appear. And I think the transparency is more important than technical perfection. Second one, the road to recovery. Toyota eventually revamped its safety systems and empowered regional managers to make faster decisions. The last one, even the most trusted brands in the world are only one controlled acceleration away from total disaster. So how do you win back trust once it's lost? So I think the lesson learned from this case was we have to make a decision making so as soon as possible, and we should know that transparency is the key point of a problem. So I think it's enough for this video. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.